Hey there, welcome to another MemeCast on the Internet is Awesome YouTube channel with Boomer and TS. Hey TS, how's it going this week?
Hey Boomer, I'm good.
Good.
Back for some more memes.
As always, looking forward to it.
Yeah, and other trashy internet crap. I saw this week we got some stuff that's not really memes, all of them, but that's okay.
Good. We don't need to do 100%
It's okay if we
memes,
diversify.
100%. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah, but pretty crazy week. I mean, America's up in flames.
Yeah, I got a meme about that. So.
Okay, good. Coronavirus is still raging, and we've got the thing that I've been paying attention to most, the SpaceX Crew Dragon just docked with the ISS like about half an hour ago. So
yeah, I saw that too. So, are they out of it yet? I think it takes forever to like pressurize and get them out of there. So
yeah, I think it.
I stopped watching.
I think it might be like another half an hour or so. So once this is done, I'll look at it again. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty interesting week.
Yeah. And it was all automated docking and everything. I don't know. I'm sure that's probably been around for a while, but it was just cool to see.
Yeah,
Anyways.
yeah. That was one of the points, the selling points, the marketing points that they were using. So, should we get into some memes? I think I sucked this week. I only looked at a couple, but so I'm looking forward to what you have in store for us.
Okay. Well, I got a bunch, so let's see.
Great. What do we have?
So did I add this one or you?
No, I added this one. Do you
so
get it?
Keano. Yeah. I
Yeah.
get it.
Okay.
There's a picture of some water jug and then wine glass.
Yeah.
And Jesus Keano.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. Next. This is great.
Nice.
It's sad but true.
But that's one of those things you don't want to be proven right.
You know? Yeah. Well, I guess the same thing with a pandemic. I mean,
yeah, true. It's hard to deny mass graves, though. So
yeah, that's true.
okay,
all right, yeah, let's move on. Okay, this is mine again. I guess you put them all for me at the front.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this because this goes back to a lot of these Bill Gates conspiracies that we've been hearing about, especially on the MemeCast. So, Bill Gates, I need a way to track everybody. And his assistant says, well, there's always cell phone data. Maybe I'll make a virus that requires a vaccine. Phones have GPS already. And then we inject everybody with microchips. Okay, but phones exist.
It's already happening.
It's already happening. So, I mean, I've personally heard many people say that this conspiracy theory is actually what they believe, right? Using these freaking vaccines to have microchips implanted in everybody so that we can be tracked everywhere. And I was actually debating somebody in some YouTube comments. It's like one of the first times I've ever done that. I've always tried to stay away. And this person was actually saying that they would not get the vaccine because they're afraid of having microchips. It's just bloody crazy.
Yep. Insane.
Yeah.
Next. So this is the common meme format, so,
Yeah.
right? I think we've had it before maybe, but yeah. So this is, we are removing some restrictions, and then Joey, the pandemic is over.
I don't know how it is in Canada, where you are, just outside of Toronto, but here in Barcelona, people don't give a shit. I mean, okay, many people are wearing masks, but you know, the cafes are open, people are walking around, people are hanging out in groups. It almost feels like things 2.5 months ago.
Yeah. It's hard for me to know, because I'm still isolating and I don't really go out enough to see it. I just see what's around my neighborhood, and it still seems like people are keeping their distance, other than the construction crew that's working on my road. They just like have some Tim Hortons donuts around the truck, all standing beside each other. So they don't give a shit, but
yeah.
I don't think they ever did. So
yeah, I think many people are also just happy to be back at work, right? And the economy's not going for shit more than it probably will. Anyways, next meme. What the hell is
Bucky.
this? Yeah, this is another mask wearing one, right? So I think this is actually a really interesting point, like the changing culture, because parts of Asia went through the SARS virus and a couple other viruses before. So when you go to airports and you see people from Asia wearing masks, there was always this like, and before the COVID-19 crisis, right? It was always this like, what are these people doing? Whereas now, everybody is kind of being brought to that stage of usage. So I think this is trying to make people think that it's kind of cool or okay to use masks, because there's still this like transformation in a culture, and I think it takes a long time, and things like this might actually help that transformation.
Yeah, and like I know in some Asian countries, it's part of the culture, if you're sick, just to wear a mask, and so it's not like you're not wearing it for yourself, you're wearing it because you're sick and you don't want to spread it. And it seems like that should be an obvious thing to do, and I hope it carries forward, but I don't think it will. It depends, I guess. But
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. I don't like, the normal flu season, how it's been in past years. Like, people still just come to work even if they're sick. They're like, it's just the flu, whatever. Like, and your whole team gets it, and everyone just kind of shrugs it off. But you can't do that anymore. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either stay home, wear a mask, preferably stay home. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We'll see.
This is, I don't know if you heard about this, but they had to legally change baby Musk's name because you can't have numbers in the state of California. So
oh, really? No, that's too funny.
They had to change it from -12 to -12 in Roman numerals. So.
That's so crazy.
So this is just the joke. We can hammer through these because there's 4 of them, but this is this common format here. So the Monsters Inc. guy, like,
okay,
you changed my name. Here's Jordan going, so they changed his name to AJ? Nope, just changed it to -XII. Okay. So this is
first software update. I really like that.
One more. Yeah, just another one. Baby update 0.31. So this is, when apps get updated, they have these little highlights of what was fixed. So more aesthetically pleasing, bug and crash fixes, several spelling errors corrected, improved translation compatibility.
That's really cute.
Yeah, it's just funny. And I think there's still a couple more Elon memes, but they're SpaceX ones. So
yeah, good. Yeah, because that's relevant.
But he's just a meme machine, though.
Yeah,
he features like kind of weekly almost. Him and Trump.
Yeah. So I think I found this. This is a complete break from everything. Yeah. I think it's really funny.
Makes sense. Because even though, like, I would say part of the world, but let's be more specific, the US still uses imperial for, like, it's just kind of like you'll have a tape measure that has, imperial and metric on it. And they kind of just, we're used to that except for temperature. I don't even know what R and RA are. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure one of them is Kelvin. I actually don't know. I should. Yeah, I think the capital K is the Kelvin. Yeah.
But yeah,
doesn't matter. We're not scientists. Moving on.
This is not a meme, obviously, but just a WTF from the week.
Yeah, so I messaged you before this, and because I have not been paying attention to this whatsoever, I actually don't know if this is an actual tweet from him or if this is somebody photoshopping. Is this an actual tweet from Trump?
This one I don't know. This one might be Photoshop, but there were other actual ones. So one was about mail-in ballots that was marked for fact-checking. And so we're not going to go into that. I don't know how the U.S. election system works, but the other more interesting one was during the riots, he did some big rant, and one of the sentences was, when the looting starts, the shooting starts. And Twitter censored that. Not even a fact check, but they actually censored the tweet. So you had to click to view it, and because glorifying violence.
Yeah, okay, I heard.
And there was 2 of those, And then the White House retweeted him, and they censored that too. So it's this whole big battle. And then he signed an executive order for something to not protect high-tech companies for the content they, Anyways, it's a big mess. I have another funny meme to go along with this.
Okay. I'll rant for half a second, but and this is what I wrote to you when we were talking about this before the MemeCast. But I really see that. I mean, okay, we're talking about this. It's kind of funny. It's kind of ridiculous. But this is, I think, his typical strategy, right? Come up with something crazy to take the focus and attention off of something that he doesn't necessarily want people to be paying attention to, which is most probably the coronavirus response and the failing economy and things that are actually important.
It's becoming more transparent now too, because every week it's something new. Like the week before, it was his self medicating with whatever that
hydroxychloroquine. I think
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's I feel really bad for all my American friends. All right, this is a funny MemeCast. Let's continue going. This is great.
That's true, because on Facebook, people always say like, "Thanks for adding me," and it's like, "Thanks what? It's just a group."
Yeah. But I especially like, I mean, the picture's a little bit pixelated, but you can see all the alligators or crocodiles, whichever one, are on the side. They're all lying in wait for this guy to parachute in. So I guess it really depends on which kind of, probably Facebook group that you're joining to. But many people are kind of already sick and tired of talking to each other and just waiting for some new blood to attack. I thought that's really funny and completely not connected to anything trending this week.
That's the first time I've seen that picture too. So.
We don't need to read through the whole thing. It's just somebody who's happy to have gotten a job and then realizing that, like, oh man, stuck 3 hours in traffic, and they're gonna have to pay taxes. Even though everything could be completely automated, which is focusing on the other stuff that I talk about.
I'm like the last time. I'm so grateful that I get to do shit I hate all day to avoid starvation.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like #life.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, funny.
We don't need to dwell on this too much.
Okay, here's an Elon one. So you can see it there. So how Elon stands compared to how Darth Vader stands after a failed takeoff. Well, not a failed takeoff, but canceled for weather.
Unsuccessful takeoff looks kind of familiar. That's awesome. This is already my favorite meme for the week.
I like the updated spacesuits. I don't love them, but I just like that they use something that's not so
different.
Old, you can actually move in them.
Yeah, I heard there was like significant design work that went into them, and then people started to shit on them because they looked too I don't know, cliche or basic, whatever the terms were. But I think it's really cool, and I like the idea that, as you said, you can move around in them and that they're actually a little bit more functional. But this Elon Musk Darth Vader meme is freaking awesome.
Why is he standing with his arms crossed like that?
Who knows?
Maybe it's just like, I have to do something with my hands. Okay.
Who knows?
Better than my pockets.
Great.
Yeah, here's another one. SpaceX launch gets canceled. And Elon with his toy rocket from Toy Story.
Yeah. Great. Not as funny as the last one.
Yeah, so this is, how we have these memes about how 2020 keeps getting worse. So like last week we're like, okay, what's May gonna have? And race war. Riots in the U.S.
Breaking out across the country. Discussions of civil war starting. Just freaking crazy.
Trump censoring Twitter. Well, not censoring, but attacking Twitter, censoring Trump. Yeah, it's crazy. And just imagine, we still have the U.S. election at the end of the year to look forward to. Like 2020 is just gonna be a shit show.
Year for the record books, for sure.
It's funny because leading up to this, everyone's always like, maybe this is just a social media thing, but everyone's always like, oh, 2019 was horrible. 2018 was horrible. Here's to 2020, at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And now it's like, hold my beer.
I think there's also like, with even years, right? With like it's like a starting of something new, right? There's this the teens are finished, and now the 20s are continuing, right? It was this was a big trend at the end of 2000 or end of 1999, right? It was this whole millennium had just finished, and now we're starting this whole new phase of civilization. Same thing for 2020, just in a much smaller phase, but it's really unfortunate the way that things have happened.
Yeah.
But the memes are great. We'll put that out there. The memes are great. All right, what's next?
I know you hate these ones, but I thought it was
stupid.
So it's the government closes schools at 120 cases, and then it's like, okay, we're at 150,000. Time to reopen. It's like it's still in the peak plateau section, and so I don't know exactly what country this was for. Maybe the U.S., but
but then why is there Europe in the background there?
Well, it's just the stock picture, but
okay. Yeah, okay, then this is definitely with the American. I haven't been paying attention to the case numbers, but
well, I know like in France they reopened schools but they did plateau and they're into the
Europe I think overall is doing relatively well.
Yeah, but Canada, it's like only Quebec reopened schools because they like to be different. Everyone else. But then after they reopened, there is a report, and they've only been reopened for like 2 weeks or something. Like there's been 42 cases within staff and students. So each one of those cases can, multiply a new outbreak in their own community, right? So
yeah, but I think this is the thing now. Like, hopefully these, healthcare response teams, tracking response teams, have had enough time to get their infrastructure in place so that they can actually do this proper, the track and trace, right? So the lockdown, as I always heard, it was, to stem the initial tide, but then also buy time to get these task force or whatever you want to call them in place to actually deal with, because of course there's going to be continuous, minor outbreaks, but you just need to, peg them down, quarantine, small groups for a couple of weeks, and then move on. It wasn't a what was it called, the herd immunity that like Britain and other countries were trying to go through with.
And I know we're getting off topic here, but so Sweden, for example, they didn't do a full-on lockdown. They just had social distancing recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at the chart of the most deaths per capita, Sweden is right up there after the 5 major European epicenters. So it's like, I know they have all, the other Nordic countries aren't even close, but anyways.
Yeah, but I guess that's especially with Europe. I mean, the such different cultures, right? Like here in Spain, we had one, if not the most stringent lockdown, and that's simply because the cultural differences, right? The population here generally doesn't listen to rules, so you need to go overboard in order to get some sort of minimal level compliance. But we're way off topic.
We could go on for. This is not why people came to listen.
Yeah.
They got their own shit going on down there. That's the point. That's the point of the meme. And the rest of the world is WTF for sure. Get your shit together. This is like a time to work together, And it's just...
Yeah. That's a good point. You'd expect, and I think this has been talked about many times, maybe not by us, but you'd expect that with a global pandemic, that the planet would get their shit together and kind of work together in unison. Not have all these separate isolationist movements. It's
and for sure some are I think the European Union is doing their thing, and definitely within countries they are. Within
countries. I mean I'm in Europe, so I have a bit of a closer perspective, but it was definitely not a unified approach within Europe. You had
I know the initial stuff, but I just mean going forward, I'm sure they're going to have an EU plan to reopen borders and stuff. No, that's happening, but I was also expecting initially that people would kind of come together and work, but didn't happen. The US is just the what do you call it, a litmus test or whatever. They're the worst case scenario about the division that shows under these kind of stresses anyways.
Well, with that positive note, shall we And the MemeCast.
Yeah. So what was your favorite meme of the week?
Definitely
Okay.
the Elon Musk
Okay.
Vader meme. 100%. I loved it.
Okay, good. Yeah, I like that one too. That was pretty well done one.
Right on.
Okay,
Well,
well let's hope for some. Well, I don't even know. I don't even hope. Like, it's more like let's see what kind of news we're gonna get this week. I guess.
Let's hope we don't move towards the apocalypse.
Yeah. Too late. Okay.
All right. See you next week.
Okay. See you.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can check out our Instagram and TikTok channels with our favorite memes. Links are in the description below. And share with us your favorite memes, and we will review them on the MemeCast. See you next week.